Bao Island Storyteller, Journey to the West. Hey kids, welcome to Bao Island. On Bao Island, every story has a taste. Today's taste is white marble and emerald river deep in the gorge. This episode, we're in Taroko. Today's story, Yellow Wind Ridge.
Welcome back to the Bao Island bus. I'm your captain. We've crossed from Ilan into Hualien County, the largest county in Taiwan by area. From the coast we've turned inland, following the Liwu River into one of the most extraordinary landscapes on this island. Taroko National Park.
Breathless, these walls. These walls. They're marble. Pure white marble rising straight up on both sides, and the river is this incredible green between them. The highway goes right through it, sometimes through tunnels cut into the rock, sometimes on ledges above the river. I've been looking out the window for the last 20 minutes and I still can't quite believe it's real.
The Liwu River has been cutting through this marble for about 2 million years. The rock is Taroko marble, hard, white, and ancient. What you're seeing is geology happening in slow motion, visible.
We're heading to Tianxiang, the main recreation area in the heart of the gorge. About 19 kilometers from the park entrance, surrounded on all sides by marble peaks. The Xiangda temple sits on a ridge above, and there's a pagoda on a cliff across the river that seems to float in the air.
Quietly, I keep expecting a dragon to come around the bend.
Given where we are in the story, something like that is not entirely out of the question.
Laughing nervously, that is not reassuring.
There's something here. 2 million years of marble and river meeting in the air, cold stone, mineral water, altitude light, and somewhere down this gorge road, a bamboo steamer breathing warmth into all of it.
Excited, what is it? Tell me, tell me.
Take a guess.
Mouth full, let me take a bite first. Excitedly, we stopped at the famous Gongzheng Street pork bun vendor before coming into the gorge. This is one of the most famous food stops in all of Hualien. Look at these buns.
What makes them special?
The steamed buns here have this particular skin, really thin, slightly translucent, and extremely soft. They steam them in bamboo baskets and the skin picks up a faint sweetness from the steam. Inside, braised pork that's been cooked for hours in soy sauce, rice wine, and a little sugar. The meat is so tender it barely holds together, it just collapses into richness when you bite it.
There's usually a queue of 20 or 30 people.
We queued for 12 minutes and it was absolutely worth it. Eating, The pork is yielding and savory. The sweetness of the braise comes through the thin soft skin, it's like the best possible hug in food form. And it's just $2 for a bun.
Food that's been made the same way, in the same place, every day for decades. That consistency is its own kind of excellence.
There's also a scallion pancake version, fried egg scallion pancake, where they put a whole egg on the pancake while it cooks. The egg sets against the hot dough and becomes part of it. We'll get to that at Tianxiang.
Ready for the story?
Still eating,
Let's pick up where we left off. The team Tang Monk, Sun Wukong, Pigsy, and the White Horse has been on the road for a while now. They've recovered from the Guanyin Temple disaster, welcomed Pigsy, received the Heart Sutra. Things are almost working.
Almost?
The group dynamic is still new. Sun Wukong and Pigsy snipe at each other constantly. Tang Monk gets anxious when they're not moving fast enough. The White Horse is the only one who never complains.
Relatable team.
One evening, as they were crossing a long, flat stretch of land, the light changed. The sky went yellowish. The air tasted of dust. A sharp, dry wind started to blow.
quietly, Yellow Wind?
Sun Wukong scanned the horizon and didn't like what he saw. He said, "Master, this place feels wrong. Let me check ahead before we go further." Tang Monk said, "We should keep moving. The sun is low." Sun Wukong said, "Trust me on this one."
Did Tang Monk listen?
He did not.
Sighing every time.
As they moved along the ridge, they came upon an old man sitting by the side of the road. He looked at the group and immediately began waving his arms. "Stop! Stop! Do not go further. This is Yellow Wind Ridge. The demon who lives here is terrifying. Turn back."
An old man warning them to stop. In every story, when an old man tells you to stop,
You should stop.
you should absolutely stop.
Sun Wukong stepped forward and said, "Old sir, tell us about this demon. What can he do?" The old man said, "He has a wind. A yellow wind, not like ordinary wind. You breathe it in and it blinds you. Your eyes won't open. Even immortals who've breathed it need medicine to recover. He has defeated armies. Even celestial generals were blinded."
A wind that blinds? Even celestials?
"His whole territory smells of it," said the old man. "That yellowish tint you can see in the sky, that's him. He's already noticed you."
And Sun Wukong said?
He said, "Thank you, old sir," and stepped forward anyway.
Frustrated, Sun Wukong.
In his defense, turning back is not in his character.
Being right is not the same as being wise.
A lesson he hasn't finished learning.
The demon's first move was not the wind. He sent his forward general, Tiger Vanguard, a tiger demon who had cultivated power for 1,000 years. He appeared on the road ahead, enormous, striped, with an iron club.
A tiger with an iron club.
Tiger Vanguard shouted at the group, "Which one of you is the Tang Monk?" Tang Monk, at the back on the white horse, tried to make himself small. Sun Wukong stepped forward and said, "If you want the monk, you go through me first."
Good. Staff versus club. Sun Wukong wins, right?
He would have. They started fighting, staff and club, back and forth. The tiger was strong but Sun Wukong was better. Tiger Vanguard was losing. Then he used the trick.
The wind?
He whirled around, opened his mouth, and exhaled with everything he had. Not a yellow wind, just a cyclone, a raw tornado.
What did it do?
It hit Tang Monk straight in the face. Horse, monk, luggage all swept off the road, tumbling through the air. Tang Monk was snatched up in the vortex and carried away into the demon's mountain, captured before Sun Wukong could reach him.
Alarmed, he got taken?
The Tiger Vanguard vanished into the hills with Tang Monk. Sun Wukong ran after them, but they were already deep inside the mountain complex.
We're in Tianxiang now. This is the heart of the gorge.
Looking around, the walls are even closer here. The marble is everywhere, you can reach out and touch it. And the river below the bridge is this clear green.
The gorge narrows significantly at Tianxiang. The mountains close in from all sides. It's dramatic but also somehow peaceful. The scale is so large that human concerns feel small.
That pagoda across the river on that cliff, how did they even build it there?
It was built during the 1960s as part of developing the area. The pagoda has 7 tiers and looks out over the gorge. Getting there requires crossing a suspension bridge.
Everything here requires either a bridge or a tunnel. The landscape doesn't make anything easy.
Some landscapes are like that. You have to work to get anywhere. The reward is proportionate.
81 Tribulations. This feels like a place built for a pilgrimage.
Shall we get the scallion pancake?
Yes. And then I want to hear what Pigsy did. Excitedly, okay, this is one of my favorite things. Fried egg scallion pancake. The vendor here has these big griddles and they're making pancakes non-stop.
How do they do it?
So the pancake dough gets flattened on the hot griddle with a little oil. It's already layered and chewy. Then while one side is frying, they crack a whole egg directly onto the uncooked top side. The egg spreads out, starts to set, and then they flip it, so the egg gets pressed against the griddle and fries together with the dough. The yolk gets slightly crispy around the edges but stays a little soft in the middle.
It smells extraordinary.
Then they fold it in half, egg side in, and cut it. You get this chewy scallion pancake with a hot egg fused into one layer. Salty, eggy, slightly charred at the edges. Eating, This is mountain food. This is what you eat when you're standing in a marble gorge.
Good. Eat up. Pigsy is about to do something inadvisable. While Sun Wukong was trying to find a way into the demon's stronghold, Pigsy decided he would help. He picked up his rake and marched toward the mountain.
Oh no.
Sun Wukong said, "Don't. I'm scouting first. Wait here." Pigsy said, "I'm a former heavenly marshal. I can handle a wind." He walked up to the mountain entrance and shouted a challenge.
The tiger vanguard came back out?
He came back out very cheerfully. He'd already delivered Tang Monk to his master. He had time to play. He and Pigsy fought, and Pigsy was actually matching him, rake against club, thrust for thrust. Pigsy was bigger and stronger than he looks.
Was he going to win?
He was doing reasonably well. Then the yellow wind monster himself appeared at the cave entrance to watch. He saw Pigsy fighting Tiger Vanguard and decided this was too slow.
He used the wind.
He opened his mouth. The yellow wind came out.
Quietly, what happened to Pigsy?
Pigsy caught a face full of it. He staggered backwards, eyes streaming, completely blinded, stumbled off the edge of the path, rolled down the slope, and landed in a heap at the bottom of the mountain.
That's actually terrible.
Sun Wukong found him there, face covered in the yellow dust, eyes clamped shut. Pigsy groaned, "I can't see. I can't see anything." Sun Wukong flew up to get a better view of the yellow wind monster. What he saw was alarming even for him.
Describe him.
Enormous. Seated in the mountain like a king. Green skin, dark armor, and eyes that glowed yellow even in daylight. He radiated a pressure that Sun Wukong felt physically, not a weapon pressure, but something atmospheric. Like the air itself obeying him.
How strong is he?
Sun Wukong dropped down and attacked directly, staff forward, no hesitation. They clashed. The yellow wind monster was the real thing, not a blustering subordinate but a practitioner of genuine power. Staff met weapon, strength met strength, and neither one gave way easily.
Who was winning?
It was close. Closer than Sun Wukong was comfortable with. And then the yellow wind monster did the thing.
The wind.
He opened his mouth. The yellow gale came out in a horizontal stream, yellow and thick with something chemical, not just air, but something in the air, like a toxin carried on the wind.
Did it get Sun Wukong?
He was fast enough to close his eyes and leap backward. His fire eyes, the ones forged in Laozi's furnace, gave him some protection. But even Sun Wukong's eyes were stinging, watering, barely open.
His fiery eyes almost failed.
Almost. He forced them open and retreated. He found Pigsy still at the base of the mountain, curled up and miserable. Tang Monk was somewhere inside the mountain. The team was scattered and partially blinded.
Quietly, this is the worst they've been so far.
Here's what makes Yellow Wind Ridge different from every obstacle before it. The Guanyin Temple fire, Sun Wukong solved it. The Black Bear spirit, Sun Wukong solved it with Guanyin's help. The Tiger King that preceded this, Sun Wukong solved it alone. But this wind is something that bypasses all his power.
His eyes. His fiery golden eyes from the furnace, those are supposed to be unbeatable. And the wind almost got them.
Imagine finding a door that your best key doesn't open. Sun Wukong's key is power, speed, transformation. The yellow wind isn't a door for that key.
What is the key?
Medicine. Specifically, a medicine made from the right ingredients. The yellow wind blindness can be cured, but the cure has to come from somewhere, and Sun Wukong is going to have to ask for help again.
He's getting better at that.
Very slowly. But each time it happens, asking Guanyin for the pill, now asking someone else for medicine, the lesson sinks in a little deeper. You can be the most powerful being in the room and still need someone else's knowledge.
Strength is one kind of power. Knowing what you don't know is another.
And asking is the hardest skill of all. Let's look at the gorge properly for a moment.
Looking down at the river, the water is so green. That color, it's not ocean green, it's the green of the marble sediment, millions of years of marble dissolved and suspended.
The marble here was once seabed limestone from ancient ocean floors, compressed and recrystallized over millions of years of tectonic pressure as Taiwan's mountains rose. The Liwu River cuts through it at about 1 meter every 1,000 years.
1 meter. Every 1,000 years.
And it's done this for 2 million years.
Quietly, the river has been working on this gorge for longer than our species has existed. And it just keeps going.
That's the feeling the pilgrimage should have. Not urgency. Patience. Keep cutting. Keep moving. 1 meter every 1,000 years is still 1 meter.
Tang Monk is the river. Sun Wukong is the cutting edge. Pigsy carries the water.
Laughing softly, the geology works.
And the yellow wind monster is just a hard patch of marble they haven't cut through yet.
A very well put summary of chapters 20 and 21. So here's where we leave things. Tang Monk is inside the mountain, a prisoner of the yellow wind monster. Pigsy is blind and out of commission at the base of the hill. Sun Wukong is stinging-eyed and thinking hard, which is the most dangerous version of Sun Wukong.
What does he decide?
He decides that if the problem is a wind, the solution is something that can stop a wind. He needs to find out what the yellow wind monster really is, because every demon, no matter how powerful, has a natural enemy. A weakness that isn't about strength.
He's thinking like Guanyin now.
He's learning. Slowly. Under pressure.
Quietly, that's how everyone learns, isn't it? When the comfortable options are gone and you have to think differently.
Next time, Taroko continues, the wind's secret is revealed, Tang Monk is rescued, and we eat more of Hualien's extraordinary food. We're not moving on from this gorge just yet.
Looking out at the marble walls, I don't mind staying here a little longer, honestly.
time to wrap up. The afternoon light is hitting the marble walls and everything is gold and white.
Today we came to Taroko National Park in Hualien, marble gorge walls rising on both sides, the Liwu River impossibly green far below, the air sharp and clean at altitude. We ate the famous Gongzheng Street pork buns, soft-skinned, braised pork heaven and a fried egg scallion pancake from a Tianxiang griddle. And we followed the team into Yellow Wind Ridge, a warning ignored, a tornado ambush, a tiger forward general, a blinded pigsy, and a yellow wind that even Sun Wukong's fire eyes couldn't fully handle. For the first time in the story, the whole team is in real, serious trouble.
Tang monk captured. Pigsy blind. Sun Wukong at the edge of what he can do alone. This is not great.
This is when stories get interesting.
Is that what you call interesting?
The team has to think differently now. And that changes everything.
Pause, okay. I trust the process. But can we stay in the gorge one more episode? Because I'm not done looking at the marble.
Next time, same gorge. Different battle.
Softly, 1 meter every 1,000 years is still 1 meter. Keep going. On Bao Island, stories grow up with you.